stoic, intellectual energy saying logically, this is where I need to be. There's this sense of rhythm of, well, this is regimented this way, this is how I need to keep going, and then the Empress is calling you to check in and say, is this true for you? Regardless of what's around you, who are you? Hi y'all, it's Chance. I've got a super lo-fi setup today, very chill, cool vibes. We're sitting in my living room and I decided to film today and film in this location because I'm not feeling well, and I thought I would just sort of do what I can, and that's really all anyone can do. So today I wanted to give a reading for the collective, and I realize it's kind of been a minute since I last posted. My apologies. I have had a lot going on in my life, and YouTube is still on my mind. I still am attempting to put myself out there and continue to build a brand and continue to build just my social media presence. So today I decided, let's just dive into it. So let's see what the cards have to say for the collective and what's going on with you, because I imagine if you're watching this, this will apply to you. So yeah, let's get into it. Cards, tell me what's going on with the collective, what people need to hear. Okay, we've already got some stuff. Okay, here, let me lift the cards a little bit higher so you can see how I'm shuffling them. So I do this. Oh, one flipped out. And we're just going to keep going until I feel like the message has come across. And I typically do not necessarily read the card until it fully jumps out. All right, I feel like the message is complete, so let's talk about it. Nine of Wands. This is giving me the energy of you've been hurt and wounded, and yet you're still trying. You feel that there's reason to continue going on the path that you're on, and yet you're questioning what's coming next. So looking a little bit further into the card, you see there's growth, there's potential for growth. And you feel that you've already created a solid foundation for growth. But there's some kind of resentment that's boiling. And there's some kind of gray area that you're questioning. Is this really what I want to be doing? Is this really worth it? So that's what I see. And then we've got the King of Swords. We've got this stoic, intellectual energy saying logically, this is where I need to be. And we've got the Empress. This is a beautiful card and speaks to the feminine energy that exists within everybody, that says, regardless of what you know, how do you feel? Regardless of what's around you, who are you? Regardless of what you have, materialistically, regardless of what you, what's the word? Regardless what you have obtained, what do you contain? What is within you? What abundance of energy exists within your spirit, within your body, within what you know about yourself. Because it's not so much about what you know about the world, which is what the King of Swords is saying. It's like there's this logic to it, to your life, to where you are right now. There's this sense of rhythm of, well, this is regimented this way, this is how I need to keep going. And then the Empress is calling you to check in and say, is this true for you? For you. Not for how society says things should be, but for who you are in your restful, peaceful moments. What is truly there? Then we've got the Two of Wands reversed. We've got this feeling like things are closing in, like there's, like, I'm seeing him holding this globe. And because the card is reversed, I'm seeing that it feels like your opportunities are dwindling. It feels like perhaps when the world used to be your oyster, today you feel that your world is much smaller. And that you may not see that you have anywhere to go. And we've got the Three of Swords reversed. And I almost said heart because I'm looking at the heart. This is something I'd love to share with any fellow tarot readers or someone attempting to learn tarot. When I see the Three of Swords reversed, if you look at it, the swords are gonna fall out. This is about a turn, a shift, a change of heart, a change of mind and heart. This is the combination of your mind releasing your heart from its grip and your heart becoming more free. This is symbolism of where your logic has in the past ignored your heart. They are now working in tandem. They are now working together. So, like the symbolism of the swords falling out is the way I see the Three of Swords reversed. And then we've got the High Priestess reversed. So the cool thing about this card is that regardless of whether or not it's upright or reversed, there's always going to be these two pillars on either side. And regardless of whether or not it's reversed, there's always going to be the cross. And when it is reversed, Torah is upright. I feel that perhaps you have ignored your intuition in the past. And now you are seeking truth, which is why you're here, which is why you're watching this video. You're seeking a truth that only you know. You are seeking resolution that only you can provide. You are seeking answers that your soul is ready to tell you, that you have just been shutting down your receptiveness to. And so when it is reversed, you see that her crown and this sort of pomegranate is what I assume it's a pomegranate. This is more at the forefront, and the moon is more at the forefront. This is calling you to really look within, to really dive into what your emotional, intuitive self has to say. Because I think for the collective, as we're getting further into 2025, things are feeling more chaotic. The status quo is shifting, is changing. The way things normally go is sort of transforming. And the safety and sort of regimented daily routines that we have relied on for so long is starting to kind of like become a little more unstable. And it's like For so long, everyone has just assumed, well, it's just going to stay this way forever. But if you think about it, nothing ever stays one way forever. Like, even Earth. Think of Pangea. The continents are shifting. The tectonic plates are moving. Not even the country you live in will be in the same place forever. Everything must change, everything must transform, and you are being called to follow that. To not stay where you are and assume that you'll be okay if you just hunker down and refuse change. No, change is inevitable. You must continue forward with a little more flexibility, with a little more of an open mind to what new possibilities are ahead of you. And it's going to be difficult because you'll have to analyze what's in front of you in a different way than you have before. But new doors are opening, and it's going to be okay. Just relax into the knowing that you are as prepared as you can be for any changes that are coming your way. That is my message. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.